What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave. I wish we were talking under better circumstances right now, but as everybody is well aware at this point, Muhammad Ali, maybe the greatest sportsman to ever live, maybe not having the greatest sportsmanship of all time in history of sports, but maybe the greatest sportsman to ever have lived, has passed on at the age of 74 years old. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit everybody about like what Ali meant to me. I grew up in a different era. I'm 33 years old. It's more the era before me and really even the era before them. My mom was born in 1963. So, I mean, even to her, you know, when she was a teenager, when she was really getting into the point where sports would have even been on her radar. If it wasn't, because my mom was into drugs when she was a teenager. But had she been into sports, Ali was getting ready to finish up. He was still the most recognizable and important sports personality, celebrity in the world for so many reasons. And I think that's the most important thing, because while I didn't grow up with this mystique of Ali, getting to see his fights live on television and all that, I didn't grow up with that. I got to see the aftermath. I got to see everybody commenting on Ali, debating the legacy, which in a lot of ways is even more poignant because his celebrity, the things that he did during his life were so important that up until even his death, people debate the things that happened in his time, and not just in the boxing ring. Plenty of controversial fights that Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay had. But it was more about the things that he did outside of the ring that people still discuss to this very day. Of course, most notably, losing 3 years in the prime of his career, almost 4 years in the prime of his career, prime of his life, because he refused to fight in Vietnam. You know, joining the black Muslims and converting to Islam and all that stuff, and then becoming a conscientious objector to the Vietnam War. You know, we're hearing over and over all of the, especially now with his death, we're seeing all of these montages that show his remarks in 1966 about how he's not going to fight and everything. They only show half that famous quote, "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong." They only show that part of it, but they don't show what he said after. Because Muhammad Ali, for all of his conscientious objector talk, he was the rest of that quote, and I'm going to use language people are not going to like, but this is just a quote from Muhammad Ali. It's more telling about his actual thought process into it. Look, you can have a debate on if Muhammad Ali was actually a great man or not. That's not for me to decide. But here's what I do know. His full quote on the Vietnam War is this: "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong. They never called me nigger." It had nothing to do with the fact that his entire nation was in a war. Somebody using ethnic slur or racial slur against him, that would be enough to go to war in the mind of Muhammad Ali. One could interpret it that way if they'd want to. And that's kind of the whole thing of Muhammad Ali. It's interpretation. From his epic conversations with Howard Cosell, to his antics in and out of the boxing ring, to his philanthropy after boxing. You know, everything is open to interpretation. And Muhammad Ali it's no more so true with him than anybody else that you can find on the world. Here's what we do know about Muhammad Ali. Here are the things that are undebatable. He changed boxing. He changed sports. He changed television with the help of Howard Cosell. And he certainly changed celebrity, because to think that a man, a boxer, a brash boxer, could be embraced the way that he was is one thing. Then you add in to the fact that he's a black brash boxer. that kicks it up another notch. Then you add into the fact that he did things controversial politically, yet still maintained this level of love and acceptance and admiration and even worship. It becomes even more mind-boggling. Everything that should have worked against Muhammad Ali seemed to only help his cause. Nothing seemed to knock him down. Nothing seemed to slow him. He used everything to his advantage. And this is both true in the ring and in life. You know, boxing is one thing. When you talk about what he did in boxing, you can wax poetic on how I've never seen a heavyweight move and strike the way he did. In his prime, I've never seen anything like that. Angles. I've never seen a boxer use angles the way he did. Not a heavyweight boxer especially. Never seen that before. Just subtle shifts in his body and you'd miss by a mile. The same was true outside of the ring. Everything that you think that you could use to trap Muhammad Ali in some type of logical or ethical or moral quandary, he'd shift his words just slightly and you'd be off balanced. He was so charismatic that came across even in footage 30 years after the fact. You know, there is just something magnetic about Muhammad Ali that will resonate for the rest of time. And it's sad to see him go. Greatest of all time doesn't even begin to cover it. Doesn't even begin to cover it. Words aren't enough. But while we celebrate and while we remember everything about Ali, don't forget the controversies. Don't forget the negatives. Don't forget the things that make everybody crazy about this man as well. Because I know this, Muhammad Ali would want it no other way. He didn't shy from controversy. He didn't back down from it. He embraced it. It's what made him who he was. So I don't think there's anything wrong with today looking down and thinking about all the things that maybe you didn't like about Muhammad Ali and having a discussion with the person next to you at a local barbershop or at an airport or something, because that's what Muhammad Ali's legacy truly is. It's those discussions. It's those debates. It's those things that make you think, and that's the one thing Muhammad Ali was able to do. No matter what he did in his life, for good or bad, Muhammad Ali surely made you think. Thank you guys very much for joining me right here on Dead on Dave Productions. I just really wanted to get this video out. Thank you, Sal, the Copious Graphics Guru, for putting together this great package. Look at the great background. Thank you so much, Sal, as always. Hope you guys have a really good day, and we'll see you a little bit later on tonight as we will be live, Dead on Dave Live tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we talk about the Brock Lesnar situation and so much more. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you a little bit later on. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Keep it copious. Peace. I'm the greatest of all time.